Let's listen now for the details where two political parties, the United Front Party and the United Progressive People's Party, accusing the Electoral Commission of unfairness in the decision to delete their names from the register of political parties in the country. The two parties are part of a list of 17 parties flagged by the EC as failing to meet the constitutional requirement to be political parties. Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Eric Bosman Asari, has been explaining reasons for this audit by the EC.
So far, the exercise has been concluded. But when you conclude such a major exercise, you need to have a report for the commissioners to look at it and come up with certain conclusions. Indeed, we had a team that went around the whole country, and at the national office, some of us even took part. The chairperson, myself, the deputy chairman operation, we even went to some of the offices of the political parties. And the commission is currently looking at the report from the field. And based on the outcome of that particular exercise, the commission will have to make a determination. Because when you look at the law clearly states that political parties are supposed to meet certain requirements. For example, when you look at the district level, they are supposed to operate in 2/3 of the districts. And we expect that they will have regional, national offices. So as an institution which is supposed to ensure that the political parties conform according to the rules of our country and according to the democratic ethos, we are compelled to make sure that the right things are done. So I believe that the commission will look at the report critically and will make the findings available to Ghanaians. And when we come to the realization that clearly, based on the law, some parties are not meeting the requirements to exist as political parties, we may end up removing them from the list of political parties.
I'm sure that you on that trip yourself, so you have some first-hand information as to some of the observations that you've made personally on that tour, assessing the political parties. What are some of the worrying trends that you've identified with the interactions with some of these political parties?
No, clearly, Ghana doesn't have a state funding policy of political parties. And this is a country, when you look at the constitution, our constitution encourages multi-party democracy. And any constitution that encourages multi-party democracy, what it actually means is that you believe in the formation of several political parties. So the EC is very, very careful trying to balance. Because if you really want to apply the rule to the letter, maybe we may end up having only one or two political parties in Ghana.
About going to that, the duopoly between the NDC and the NPP.
So as an institution, we are also very mindful of what the Constitution requires of us. Constitution encourages multi-party democracy, plurality in our politics. So we must be very careful in having a balance in our system. However, it doesn't also mean that parties will just be existing in names. So that when you have an IPAC, they will just come, but you go to the district or the constituency level, they are not there. So at the highest level of the commission, we are looking at all this so that we'll come up with a clear framework which will say that because these parties don't meet criterion A or the following criteria, we are going to crack the whip and maybe give them some time to put their houses in.
But founder of the United Progressive People's Party, Akwesi Adai-Odike, says the EC is not being fair.
It is even fair for the Electoral Commission to write to a United Progressive Party pinpointing where they couldn't find our office. It is not proper even for the EC to put this statement in public domain. It is unfair to treat us this way. And let me tell you, the law and the law in this country doesn't give EC the mandate to cancel our office.
We don't have all of the time.
All that the EC has to do is to whip us in line. And we are ready to listen to EC, and wherever they think there was a miscommunication, we rectify the